This is a disclaimer. There will be spoilers. And swearing. Very swearing. Very sweary. It's a game developer, for those of you who don't know. So yeah, if you don't like that, fix it. Or something. Because we won't. So, there you go. That's your disclaimer. Welcome, everyone, to the Senpai PP Pineapple podcast. Very on the spot right there. I'm Jordan.
We already do pineapple?
No, we didn't. I know what I've drawn. It's fine. We got this. To some extent. Yeah. I like how the first one was, some of the first two were Sleepy Time. Even though that doesn't begin with a P. But I digress. No. I'm Jordan.
Exception, though.
Close enough. I'm Jordan of Senpai.co.uk and Shomi.moe. And joining me today is, as usual, Dave.
Hi, everybody. Back again for episode 9?
Yep.
Episode 9. Welcome. Thanks to everybody that's listened so far. And yes, viewership has gone up very slightly.
Has it?
Even though it's only a couple of people. However, cheers for listening. Any suggestions, comments, criticism, provided it's constructive. If you bitch, I do not give a fuck and will literally tell you to go blow me. By all means, get in contact at dave@senpai.co.uk or jordan @senpai.co.uk.
Just right here, just cut to back when Dave was like, yes, send me all of your hate mail. I don't care, just send it all to me.
That still applies. Genuinely, send me help.
If you have criticism that's not constructive and it's just hate, just give it to me. I love it.
I'll forward it on to Jordan, and then Jordan will find you, and then we'll send James around. And James, we're gonna pretend you're a Dakimakura, and trust me, that's bad. James's face will scare you into never ever talking to anyone again. But no, thank you for coming back for number 9. Technically, we've got 11 episodes out now, which is pretty good. It's probably the longest running thing that I've been involved in that the other person hasn't given up and died a death. So
I would agree. In terms of podcasts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think same applies to you, really. Like, that even though I'm not consistent on my days due to work, I think consistently producing 2 hours worth of shit that people can listen to has been an upside for both of us, I think.
Albeit probably the simplest form of content you can make.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, you got to admit, though, I mean, since our inception back in episode -1...
Do you mean conception, or...?
Inception. Conception, I don't know.
Conception is... I know what conception is. Which raises the point, if there was a convention inside a convention, would it be conception?
Yes.
And conception is something totally different to something followed by inception, as people often think.
Wow.
Shut up. It's like, oh my god, it's a badger and a badger, badgerception.
Yeah, but then we could call it Concepticon. Oh, so good. But no, I mean, you look at where we started in, like, episode -1. You know, the unofficial beginning to this ridiculously long-winded bullshit that we seem to manage to pull off every single week. We've evolved quite a bit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the pipework regarding the podcast and sort of improvements and additions and things that we can make. I mean, originally we kind of just went at this gung-ho with Jordan's decent microphone and my shitty headset. Yeah, my shitty headset, and kind of like, the thing is though, I mean, stemming from this, I've got involved with FL Studios, again, producer edition, because it's good. You know, I've got a decent microphone, I've got a decent headset, you know, it's kind of growing in the sense that we are both making improvements in how we present and produce and what we actually use to kind of like help this grow and, you know, just add the few extra little finishing touches to a already completely terrible and shit podcast. Yep. Which people seem to listen to without fail occasionally.
For some reason. Do they really? That's the real
Yeah,
question.
Mitch has been listening to loads. Maria does. I know a couple of other friends that do as well. I mean, they enjoy it. I mean, Mitch has given some good feedback regarding. I think our rapport, like between me and you, seems to be one of the main factors where I just constantly bitch at you for not fucking shutting up, which is always funny. I think we kind of made it clear though, like we don't actually hate each other.
Are you sure?
No,
Me either.
but you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's kind of like everybody has their quirks, and this is kind of our thing.
Anytime I've done something podcast-esque, I've always been comic relief because it's what I'm good at. Information, as you could probably tell. No.
Yeah, I kind of, if anything, I kind of like give structure and information. You just sort of babble and fill in
I
shit
bring the
spaces.
laws.
Yeah, you do. You're like the lol, and I'm the e. Together we are lolly. Wow, I know that was terrible, but I had to get some lolly in there somehow.
Hello, E.
E, hello lol. Jordan lol and Davey. That makes sense.
Yours does, mine doesn't.
No, Jordan lol. Lol Jordan. I can't, well, no. It doesn't really work for you. Mine's great, Davey. Just makes me sound like Wally, except for I'm not a cool robot and I don't fly through space and save a ship full of really fat people that can't walk.
I was gonna say Davykins, but
No, please, dear God.
it's
Never
too
refer
late.
to me that on... Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to, like, edit that bit out.
Of course. Anyway,
Yeah, so moving on
Let's
to
actually
actual
do things.
stuff.
okay. So weekly updates. We'll start off with that. You go, Dave.
Did I do last week's, or was that yourself?
Fuck knows, but
think
you.
no.
No.
I seem to tend to take weekly update first, mainly because Jordan needs time to think.
Oh no!
about stuff.
I just want to see you struggle with that, and you usually don't have that much to say.
Well, no, I think this week is mainly Kuro figure arrived. The coat, I think it's the Katakao. Yeah, it's the Katakao version. It's a nice figure. What I didn't realize was it came in parts, which is fairly rare for Furyu, for the ones that I've picked up anyway.
How
But
many
I think
parts?
that was just the arms and the torso were separated, so four parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like massive amounts of parts.
I was gonna say I
you
know
could-
that the arms were like
Removable.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Ilya should have
'cause of
came
the
with
swords.
one. Oh no, Kuro. Never mind. I
Yeah,
was thinking of
Kuro.
you.
The one thing that makes me laugh of it is it says figure of Chloe von Einsburn, and like that just makes me laugh
Why?
because it's Kuro, not Chloe, but you know.
I guess.
I think Chloe must be like their. I genuinely don't know why it's called that, but no, that turned up and it was a nice little figure.
I just made the assumption that like that was her actual name, and Kuro, because Kuro just means black, was
Yeah.
like, you know,
Black
this,
Ilya.
yeah.
But I
Dark
suppose
Ilya.
I've always
Nega
known her
Ilya.
as Kuro, so
Is Kuro just Negarilia
yeah, Mega
Nega,
Ilya. She's just
Nega.
not as cute
With
as,
an
as
N.
Ilya.
with an N, not mega?
N.
Nega. Negative.
Oh,
Negarilia.
negative. Right, okay, I'm with you now. But no, I had that turn up. My Nyan types arrived. Nothing really this week. Mainly because I've been away all week. I have been working on Fruity Loops some more. Me and Jordan are currently in the offing of revamping the Senpai website. I'm in the process of designing my own. And I think that's about it, really. Oh, and we've been playing Honey Pop. For all of you out there, go fucking Honey Pop. Go search for it on the Steam.
I was gonna
and
say
buy
you
it.
say we, but I played it like the week of release, like a while ago. But
I don't care.
for those of you who, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned it on here, but at some point I said to someone they were going to record it and upload it. We have, and there might be links in the description to that if you want to go and watch it, because it's terrible, but you might laugh. I hope you do, because Dave was just a total piece of shit. He can't really deny it either, which is the best part.
Why?
It's just you'll see if you watch it. There you go.
Oh, what, the video?
Yeah.
Is that when we played it?
Uh-huh.
The amount of laughs that were on that, though, that was hilarious. That was probably the funniest Let's Play I've been involved in.
Was it the only Let's Play you've been involved in?
No, there's been a few, mostly to do with League of Legends and Diablo and bits like that. So, however, the people that I put up played with at the time, they had all the videos done and they never published them, and I was like, well, can I have some? And then they never spoke to me again.
Wow.
I think they just generally stopped playing the game because I only had contact with them through the league chat and stuff. So, but meh, shit happens. It's just a bit of a shame.
The LoL community, though.
Mm-hmm.
As most people say, it's just toxic. But hey, as a man who doesn't play nor cares to play, because of said community, mind you, I've tried to play it twice. The first time I just kind of got bored, and the second time I was like, I don't remember how to play. And my people I were playing with were like, oh my god, get good for fuck's sake. It's like, I will get good.
Yeah.
Tell me, teach me, tell me what I'm supposed to do. And they're like, lol, just get good. I'm like, fuck this then. Hashtag toxic ass community being shit.
Wow.
But hey.
Just wow.
To be honest, I was enjoying it enough anyway.
Well, yeah, there is that. So I believe it's your turn for your weekly update, because mine was short, sweet, and sucky.
Sucky specifically, but hey. Well, did you actually watch any animes that you want to talk about in the weekly update though? Because you didn't mention any.
Yeah, I know I have watched a few, but I was going to save that for kind of the anime of the week.
Well, I mean, that's for one.
Well, yeah, there is that, I guess.
So.
There was just a few I was sort of catching up on, which was GTO, which you know of, great teacher Onizuka.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about that show, but it's not normally the style of artwork I go for. But I just fell in love with it as soon as I started watching the first 2 episodes. It was fucking brilliant. And then I rewatched Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann again because, well, let's face it, you can't have enough Mako and drills. If they were combined, life would be amazing. And I have a real thing for the opening and closing theme of Kill la Kill. I don't know why. It's one of them ones I can just drive around in and be happy as pie, basically. But no, that was pretty much it. I actually rewatched Chrono Crusade as well, which is a reasonably old. I wouldn't say old anime, but it's not one that was released recently. I mean, this was based on a manga that sort of ran back in 2004, I think it was. It's only 24. It's only 24 episodes long, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really sort of heartbreaking story. It's like an action adventure, romancy type thing.
Such heartbreak.
Demons and church girls and panties.
Do you mean nuns by chance?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The chicken. It's kind of
church girls.
Except for the fact. Well, basically, it's the Order of Magdalene, and basically what they do is they banish devils and demons and things.
Church girls.
Yeah, but there's a girl in it called Rosette, and she's the main character, and then you've got Chrono, who's a demon who's tied to her, and his power, kind of but he's a good demon. And in order for him to go super badass and defeat shit that tries to hurt her, he has to take her life force, which she willingly gives up so he can survive. And then this is a spoiler, by the way. Basically, what happens at the end is they pretty much they love each other, and because her time runs out after like this massive battle, they both like die together in their arms in like on a bench outside of their own house that they finally got once everything kind of comes to peace after they defeat the king and shit like that.
Wow.
And it's really nice. I mean, it wasn't what I expected when I first watched it, and it kind of ended like that way. I was like, that's like a really, really nice touch, especially with all like the little bits of comedy and stuff dotted around like inside. What else did I watch? Black Bullet again, because Enju.
Wow.
And, Veranium. I want a Veranium gun. I don't want there to be the buggy things, though, because they look nasty as fuck, and I don't particularly want to turn into a giant squishy spider.
I like how you just sort of said
apart from
giant
those,
buggy things when you rewatched it recently and you don't know what they're called.
No, I can't actually remember. And by recently, I mean like Monday, so you've got to kind of take into account that my memory is fairly bad. And not intentionally. It's not that I don't remember things because I can't be bothered. It's just my memory sometimes is really, really bad.
It's because you're old, Dave.
It is. I'm 27 this year. Don't
oh man, so old. Practically in the Second World War.
Oh, wow.
So old, Dave.
Wow.
I love saying that because it's like everyone's like, oh man, this thing was like on TV 7 years ago. Man, I feel so old. It's like, yup, so old that you were practically fighting in World War II. Good job, guys. Good job. So old.
Wow.
But yeah. So that's yours, right?
Yep. That's me all done. Badoom.
Whoa, guess my turn with the Badoom. The thing is, I haven't watched many new shows.
Yeah.
Because, I'm going to be honest, there's just not many new dubs. It's not enough new dubs for me to watch. Not enough new dubs of shows I haven't seen. To be more accurate. Like, in a year or two, I'll probably be like, oh shit, look at all these dubs of shows that I haven't seen because I was too busy watching dubs.
Dubs. Did you watch subs this time as well, though?
I watched One Thing subbed recently. Just because I could, and I was sick. So I've had a cold for like probably since the last podcast, I guess, if not a little bit after. But yeah, since LAGC more or less. Fucking convention sicknesses. It's all your fault, Dave. You gave me this cold. It's like you're a piece of shit.
What? Hang on. How did
Shut up! It was all your fault. Clearly,
I
there's no way of getting out of this. It's because you didn't come and eat ramen with us that I got this cold.
Wow. Just
pulling that one out. Anyway, said sub show that I watched was Dog Day Season 2, and Dave... Yes!
I was
See, this is what I expected would happen.
Good. I'm glad you fucking did that.
Why?
Finally. Jesus, took you so fucking long.
You say finally because it's like, I actually watched the first season when it aired. Which is the best part. And I was like, oh look, Dog Day Season 2, but that was around time that I started using Crunchyroll and was like, I don't want to use these illegal streaming sites anymore, I'm too lazy to download. And I don't...
supporting the ones that is good. Okay.
It's the weird thing because it's like nowadays I do download shit because it's like, hey, Crunchyroll, you're still getting my money, so fuck it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'd give Funimation my money if you fucking let me use your service without having to use a really slow VPN. Because my proxy doesn't work, because as soon as I log in, you say that I can't because of regions. But if I'm not logged in, then it's fine, apparently, but... Hey.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Which is really dumb, but hey. In terms of new dubed anime, I actually watched Outbreak Company, which...
Yeah?
Yeah, have you seen Outbreak Company?
I've heard of it. I don't remember watching it, though.
It's actually not that bad. It's like, essentially about, oh, there's this guy, and then there's like a fantasy world. But it's like he's sort of trying to bring otaku culture to said fantasy world.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of entertaining in that respect, because he's just a fucking weeb. It's like 100% weeb, and he's all like opens up this sort of culture school where he teaches people about fucking dating sims, and it's great because it's like weeby as shit. So if you're a weeb, which hopefully you are, you should totally watch it.
Do you know what? I'm really tempted to get like weeb culture as my URL.
Why?
I don't know. It just
it's the domain. Dude, do it.
Yeah.
I'd do it. If you don't do it, I will.
Oh, it's too late. I've got it.
Good. New senpai partner, Weeb Culture, coming soon. You see, Dave,
Yeah.
you can use Weeb Culture for all the extra bullshit you were wanting to put on the senpai site. Because it would make
That
sense on there.
Makes sense, yeah. So Senpai partnered with Weeb Culture.
Yep.
That actually sounds good as well.
Because the thing is, fun little side note, the senpai thing was initially SMG. Because Senpai Media Group. And it just like, the acronym for that would be SMG. It's like a submachine gun.
Yeah.
Which is probably why we can't get SMG.anything. Because of that. But yeah, so Senpai is essentially like a media group thing, which is why when you were going on about all the stuff for the site, I was like, branching out a little too much, but I can understand why you would want that there, but it's a bit clustered. But with Weeb Culture, then everyone, you witness the creation of weebculture.com, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you, GoDaddy, for your sick number of sales all the time.
Yeah, GoDaddy is good.
Your sick number of sales that you also give to existing customers like myself, also known as half of my domains I got for £1. So,
wow.
For those of you who don't sponsored by GoDaddy, no, unfortunately.
Sponsored by Weeb Culture.
Yep. You see, it's at this point that I want to revive a podcast concept of just Weebio.
Weebio.
Which is like radio but for weebs.
Shall I do a Weebio on there?
No. That's copyright to me and Gideon.
Oh. Damn it. God.
Trademark. Weebio TM. Anyway, the other new dubbed anime that I watched, which I also think you will like, that I watched, is Dance in the Vampire Band.
Oh, that is amazing. That easily is by far one of the best animes I have had the pleasure of watching. And it's actually one of the ones that kind of got me back into the swing of things. I have been after a decent figure of Mina Tepes for fucking years.
I'm kind of...
genuinely years.
Because, like, I thought it was okay, but I don't... Because I was like, oh shit, Dave really likes this, it must be super good. But I watched it and I was like, it's okay. It's not horrible, it's not bad by any means, but it's... I don't get the hype, man. Like, I want you to go into detail about it a bit, because I'm like... Is it bias in the sense of because you, like you said, it was one that sort of got you back into things, or?
Well, not really. I mean, I loved the story and all the plot twists, and I'm kind of a sucker for like those kind of dark romance animes. So, prime example would be Inu X Boku Secret Service. That's kind of like a dark, twisted, like love anime, like romance one.
Is it because all I ever remember is just everything is S&M?
that is literally the best thing ever.
It's the one thing. It's the one thing that the show gave me that I just always. It's always with me forever and ever and ever.
Everything is S&M.
Everything. That lampshade.
Yeah. That lampshade is S&M.
It's M. Unless it's flickering, in which case S.
Oh.
But yeah, since the other new dupe thing though is the Index movie, after which I cried because I realized with this I literally have no more Index shit that I can watch yet.
Wow.
And I cried.
I bet you're genuinely upset about
I
that.
am. You don't... Because I was like, I could go and read the Index manga. That's probably... Nope, there's still like... It's been 3 years since season... 3 or 4 years now. Probably 4, I think it was 2011. Like 3 or 4 years since season 2. The manga's literally like in the one of the earlier arcs of season 2.
Yeah. Because
it's based off of a light novel, and the manga is more or less based off of the anime adaptation, which is like, yeah, now I'm not going to read, because the reading, gross.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I know things about Index, because I've looked into it, because, fuck, I just, like I've said, it's like my favourite universe in an anime, because I just fucking love that setting and just everything about it, and that's why I wanted to do that Index cosplay thing. And I'm like, Dave, literally it'll be the easiest thing for you to do. Just please, just be Toma, and then I'll just go as Accelerator and be cool.
Do you really want?
You could literally just wear casual clothes and it would be fine. That's the best part for you, because you don't really have much reason to say no. Because even if you wanted to wear another cosplay, you could probably wear it over it and it would still be fine.
Well,
you just remove the wig every now and then.
This is true. See,
I know, it's pretty great. But yeah, I want there to be more, and I'm actually really, alongside the Charlotte cosplay and the IS ones we're doing, basically, I want to try and make Accelerator's hoodie from like the later arc that no one really knows, because it's in the light novel. Spoilers, spoilers. It's from the World War III arc, but he gets his fucking sick coat, and I'm like, oh, it looks so sick, I want it. It's like got a furry bit around the hood, and it's got like the sort of lion shit that he has on his shirts. I'm like, dude, it looks so sick. I would just have that and wear it everywhere. I do need a new hoodie, even though I've kind of already ordered the Isaiah one as well, because cat ear hoodie. Fuck's sake! Don't tell me not to. Piece of shit.
Don't do it.
Other than that, I can't actually think of much apart from the playmat. Joseph's literally just a couple of minutes ago, which if you heard typing, that was because I was talking to him. Literally just said that my cards have gotten there. Because basically there's one card I need for my fucking blue-green deck.
Right.
And no one in this country has it. So I was like, fuck it. It's like $3 to ship from there, and it's like $3 for the card. And apparently it's $3.50 for a booster pack, and I was like, you know what, that's not going to change the shipping much. So fuck it, I'll just get one of those as well. So I have one booster pack, and it's just... Knowing my luck,
you've added more stuff on then, have you? To this month's Army?
Oh no, this is from America. I'm getting Joseph to send it to me.
Oh right, okay, yeah, no, that.
Because in America, their boosters are reasonably priced. It's like £2 a booster rather than like what we paid for. It's literally half, and it's actually really close to the Japanese price, like 1,000 yen more probably for a booster box. But considering you get the English ones that are out of stock in Japan for that much, it's really not bad. As opposed to like £80 that we would pay here. I would consider it to be pretty good. But yeah, I just ordered one booster pack, so just one pack, just because it was like, oh, $3.50. Sure.
$3.50.
Yep. There's that, my Angel Beats playmat, which I think I mentioned a few seconds ago.
I'm actually quite upset that I didn't get one of those, but
I want you to get a different one though. I mean, you're getting an Angel Beats playmat.
This is true. And it was the original Bushy Road one that goes with the Angel Beats deck box that got re-released.
Yeah, this one is.
Which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's the reason I like this one, because it's one of the official ones. Because it's like the official ones at least have like some layout parts, and at the same time, I'm gonna be all like, "Hey, Dave, you shouldn't get the Angel Beats one because I have the Angel Beats one. I really want to get a Nisekoi one because I play a Nisekoi deck and have like 3." And a dickload of cards to go with them.
Right.
Any others though? You know what's upsetting?
Know what I'm saying, Meng?
No, I said you know what's upsetting?
Oh, right, okay.
The fact that the Ilya ones didn't have like a full box, because if they did, if you bought 4 boosters, probably would have gotten a playmat.
Yeah.
I know you want an Ilya playmat, Dave.
I really do.
More than anything in the world.
I do. Let me have it. It's actually kind of sad that I don't get it. Okay.
Yep. That's actually, I can't think of anything else I've gotten, which is weird. Because this month I've placed a lot of orders. Like a lot of things, a lot of smaller bits.
To be fair as well, I need to see if there's anything on Army this week before, because my order's due in stock in the next week or so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I need to check and see if there's anything like kind of like new or also on the sales. Arpeggio, Blue Steel, Ars Novel, Iona model.
Yep.
Release date June. Ooh, that actually looks really nice, and it's a proper figure.
Duh.
There's one with a bonus as well, but I don't know what one it is.
Wow.
So I may have to go and have a quick nose.
Yeah.
What else have you got coming this month then, apart from that stuff? Or is that like that it?
Oh, in terms of the month's like Army shipment, I've got a bunch of shit. I've got which volume is it? I think volume 16 of Nisakoi's manga, which comes with the OVA.
Oh, nice. So you got the OVA then.
Yeah, that's coming. I've got like 5 to 6 packs of sleeves.
Yep.
Because Lord knows I need more deck boxes. I have 2 deck boxes, just random ones. Because like I paid 800 yen for the 2 deck boxes in total, including shipping.
That's
because I had points left on fucking Hobby Search. I was like, fuck it, I need more deck boxes anyway. I really do. Like the 3 that I have, and considering how many.
Did you not consider? I was going to say, did you not consider just buying like the collection boxes as well?
I do have one
to like hold to hold the spare cards.
I have one, and then I have like my random box thing that came with my speakers,
right?
Bluetooth speakers, because I have my Cood collection box.
Oh, okay.
And that's got a bunch of my cards in.
Yeah, I know what you're on about. Yeah, because I've got like I got 2 storage boxes and a deck holder and 3 packs of sleeves, like all fake Collide stuff, obviously.
How many points do you have on Army? Because I have 1,000.
I'm probably up about that now. I think I'm on 890.
Yeah. Because for a while it was like stuck on 700, and it's like, oh, got 1,000, mate. I'm like, fuck yeah. That's like a free something.
I was going to say, do you know what I managed to pick up as well? Was the I got a pre-owned one. It's an AB, but it's the Fate Extra CCC caster figure, and it's really pretty. I mean, it's I don't know what it is, but it kind of fits in with like the Fate Collide style, so it'll look really now. Because I mean, now I've got 2 Ilyas, Kuro, I've got Rin, I'll have Caster, I'll get Saber, and I'll have like a little Fate series. Like I'm actually going to get a display case just for the Fate related stuff, because it seems to be like the biggest biggest expenditure of money from my point of view. Because you got to bear in mind, like I've got Ilya figures, Rin figures, I just got like Fate figures, I got all the Fate Collide deck boxes and stuff coming. I've got I'd love a fucking Ilya playmat, but I've got like all the card packs, storage boxes, deck boxes, you know, all that kind of shit. So
I would like to find somewhere that would just like print a decent playmat and not just like a piece of paper.
Yeah,
like print a decent like
a rubber one, yeah,
like the one that I have. Because then you could, and all you have to do is do the layout, which isn't hard at all. But hey, but yeah, I also have the over element from that one thing. Yeah.
The over element.
Over element. From that one show.
That one's. Oh yeah, that was the one you got, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because you're a.
I got the first 2.
Weeb.
Okay.
I can't call you a weeb because that means you're associated with my website.
Oh no, I am a weeb though.
That's true. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. If you've made me a senpai, I have to make you a weeb.
I mean, everyone's a weeb. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Senpais control the weebs now.
Yes, this is true.
It already was true, but now it's official.
Now it is official.
By
Senpai.
domain right, which is essentially how everything works. In my mind. Because every time you go into a chat or something, it's all like, oh my god, senpai, I'll be like, that is a false senpai right there. Then they'll be like, no, and I'm like, excuse me, I own blah 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 blah, do you know who I am?
Well, the good thing is as well with me having this website is
I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I genuinely forgot what it was. What yours was?
Weeb culture.
Weeb culture. I was like, I couldn't remember. I was like, Weeb Association?
The Weeb Association. That's a good dome. That's like a kind of like a forum name.
No, because it's like the plans for Senpai, please notice .me, which is the forum version, would actually work really well with a domain called Weeb Academy.
Do you want me to get that one as well?
I'll get that one actually.
Okay.
Because GoDaddy offers and shit.
Yeah.
Because it is it's one per time that they have it up. So,
yeah.
Fuck it. Assuming it's available. Luckily we're not doing this live, otherwise, shit, someone would have gotten it. Because that's what happens.
This is true. The good thing is the...
Okay, wait, hold on a sec, I'll just finish off my thing. Also, 2 Twin Tail shirts. There we go, I'm done.
Yes.
I'll just finish this off. Speaking of Twin Tail shirts, I sent you the thing. I really want to make it. I really want to make it. He's so good. For those of you who don't know what I mean, it's literally like a giant tail red face, but the arms are like the twin tails. It's just so good. I would wear that all day. I want to get it made before Alcon. I'm going to wear that with a senpai shirt. Except I'm not going to wear the senpai shirt like a shirt. I'm going to like wear it over my shoulder sort of thing and carry it. And just like have my twin tails, also known as arms. Arms will now be addressed as twin tails. Confirmed.
That will be quite funny.
But yeah, anyway, as you were saying about GoDaddy, because
basically it means I can also use my website now to create and tinker with the forum for the Senpai forum site. Huh? And then when it's finished, I can basically package it, download it, send it to you, done. And literally all you'll have to do is just load it on.
Ah, yeah, I got what you mean now. I was like, what do you mean? But okay.
Well, I mean, I could direct FTP it over. It wouldn't be too much of a hassle.
Oh, I know. Because
I'd just replace basically everything under that subdomain with the entire folder out of my one.
Yeah.
Take like 10 minutes to like pull it off. I'm actually going to create you an email address on Weeb Culture. Not that you'll use it, but
probably
it'll be...
Honestly, I barely use my Senpai one, because like I never have a use for emails yet. So...
No.
That's the main
I feel bad not making you one.
Yep. But yeah...
I remember my password.
Good. But yeah, we should like do things.
Yes.
So, what should we do next?
I think Anime Online's deal of the week is probably a good start, considering the description of it is fucking ridiculously small.
Yes. Oh shit.
Do you want to read it? Because I kind of stole.
Yeah, you did.
Off you last time, and there's not a lot, so you can't exactly fuck this up.
I will fuck it up just for you.
Woo!
So this week's Anime Online deal is Saiku. See, I told you.
Sayuki.
And
do you know what? That is the first time in the entire history of our podcast that I've had to correct you.
I know. I told you I would fuck up just for you, Dave.
Thank you. You've actually made me look up 1% less weeby.
I know. Well, I think you would look more weeby for correcting me, to be honest, because that's what the weebs do.
That's like weeb attack.
Weeb's on the offensive. Anyway, Sayuki Reload Complete Collection for £10. Now available on Anime Online. The legendary Sanzo Group continues on the path to save the world from the revival of Gyumao and his demon. As they travel, Gojo It reminds me of like Doshio. It's like Gojo,
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 Gojo.
Hakai and Sanzo.
Hikaru. I don't even know what Hikaru means. I just thought I'd just say it.
Yes. Use their tremendous powers to restore peace to Shangri-La.
I know.
However, there are many who wish for the victory of the dark side. I knew you would do that. Please stop. Stop being a nerd. Weebs only, please. Never seen the show, never heard of the show. Cannot give opinions.
No. It looks... I mean, it's released in...
It also looks dated.
It does. I'm personally, this week, I'm not going to buy it. It's going to be the same as the previous weeks. I know I said it January, but now I think for real though that they're starting to slow down and lose in title releases.
Yeah,
or not necessarily title releases, but things that we'd consider to be fairly decent. I mean, they had a really good run when they had. They had a super good run. I just mean Campion and
Campione.
The Amnesia one. I've got halfway through that. It's fucking amazing.
Only half? Okay, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really had time to, like, kind of push myself to, like, watch any more of it at the moment. I probably will after this podcast, actually, to be fair. I'm going to bash one out and watch it. I didn't mean that like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Question, what is this deal that you're even on about, though?
What?
Because GoDaddy doesn't have the deal that they usually do, at least.
No, I noticed that they. I
was like, you what?
Yeah. They don't have the domain deal that they had. However, you can pick just the domain up for about $3.49, something like that.
For .co.uk, yeah.
Yeah.
7 or 8, I think, for excuse me. Yeah.
So it's it's not too bad.
No. But hey. Anyway,
it's good.
Featured anime. You go first since you apparently have one in mind.
Featured Anapu.
I'm pretty sure you've said that before. It's no funnier than it was back then.
I know. Do you know what? I don't get funnier as the podcasts go on. I think I just lose my sanity quicker.
It's true.
Throughout like the period of us recording. So my featured anime of the week this week is Sister New Devil or Testament Sister New Devil. It's kind of along the lines. Well, basically, it's a comedy, action, romance, harem, ecchi is probably the best description I can give it. You have one guy who's called Basara, Basara, and you've got Mio, who is the late Demon King's or Demon Lord's daughter. She's inherited his powers. Fucking, I remembered names and shit. See, this is why I watched it before the podcast. She has a friend that accompanies her called Maria, who's a succubus. See? Good! And basically what happens is the start of the series, Maria and Mio go and kind of like try and mind control this guy and his dad into like adopting them as his daughters, even though their mother doesn't exist and shit. They've like manipulated the dad's mind, so he kind of like tells Basara that he's getting 2 sisters, but it turns out that they are actually, obviously one's a succubus and one's the Demon Lord's daughter. So basically what happens is they then find out, they try and like get him to leave through magic, but because he's from the hero clan, I know, he the power doesn't work on him, so he basically turns around and he's like, fuck you guys, and then like tries to smite them, but not actually smite them, because he's like, look, you're my sisters, stop being dicks, get the fuck out my house. And then they kind of like crumble and they're like, look, we need help. We don't want to be complete dicks. My father was a douchebag, but I'm really nice, etc., etc. And he gets into a position where he's now like he takes them seriously as his sisters and protects them like he would if they were like his normal ones, because he kind of sees that she doesn't want to be like an evil demon. She just wants to like live a life as a normal sort of girl, as it were. But there's loads of scenes in there where she's trying to like get changed and he turns up, or the succubus keeps trying to like seduce him, or like he wakes up one morning and she's completely butt naked in bed with him, like lying on top of him. And it's like little scenes like that. It's your typical ecchi kind of like comedy thing, really. I think that the thing that drew me to it was it kind of fits with the stuff I normally watch. The storyline is a little slow to take off, but there's a lot of fights in it. It's not like he suddenly gets... But yeah, so anyway, the show's got a lot of kind of like little twists to it. Basara ends up like not making friends or allies with this kind of like demon observer, as it were. But they kind of like they work together to basically... I'm not entirely sure. It hasn't quite fully developed yet, so I couldn't really give you a solid answer on that sort of front. But it's one of those shows which I've been religiously watching on release days because it's so fucking good. And the fight scenes are cool as well. Although I'm hoping that Basara doesn't kind of like suddenly like have a massive power up and just be uber like halfway through, because that kind of sucks. I prefer stuff like where he keeps getting beat or like near close to beating. And there's always somebody stronger. I kind of like an underdog basically, but I don't like an underdog that suddenly becomes super fucking human within like the first 10 episodes.
I love it when people become super fucking human though. It's like, oh shit, yeah, you're gonna go beat some asses.
You like beating some ass, don't you?
Of course I do.
Because beating ass is good, okay?
See, you agree.
I do. It's brilliant. Don't judge me. But yeah, so that's my anime of the week, Testament to Sister New Devil. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on any of the other websites. Crunchyroll can be a bit funny about whether or not other shows are shown, but go find it. I'm sure you'll pick it up somewhere. Jordan, your anime of the week this week is...
Big exactly? Butts, 4 days.
Big Butts. Please do BD.
No. I actually don't know, to be honest. So I'm just going to go with one that is also not quite... It's not a series, but it's an anime. And that is the X with Hanako series, which includes Sleeping with Hanako, Training with Hanako, and of course, Bathing with Hinako. I actually forget. But basically, fun story. It's literally a show, especially Sleeping with Hinako, which is the best one. You literally sit there and watch an anime girl sleep.
Wow. That.
For those of you who have troubles with the lonely nights, you can now sleep beside an anime girl who actually just does the same thing every night because it's an anime. Shut up. It's great though. Oh my gosh. Hinako OP.
Is that it?
Yep.
Wow. Talk about like
the best show ever? Yes. Let's talk about the best show ever. Sleeping with Hinako. 10 out of 10.
Wow, I'm actually not entirely sure.
You're just saying that because you haven't seen it, Dave.
You're so bad, you know that.
No, you.
No, you. No, you, please, K. Thank you. Penal something.
Old Noah U. 0.
Oh, Old Noah 0.
Old Noah U.
Best show.
Haven't seen it yet. But it includes a no you in a way.
I'm kind of hoping they do a dub so you'll watch it.
Wow.
No, because genuinely, it's a really, really good show.
Wow.
Like, really good show.
Wow, Dave. Wow. I'm just here to wow. It's my... Yep. Yes!
Dum dum dum.
So... Next up, because we always have to... We've honestly... Like, we've pretty much abandoned one of the segments, but fuck it.
What segment did we abandon?
Nothing, actually. It's always been this way. On to our topic.
Topic number 1, actually.
Yep.
Topic number 2 we're still trying to come up with.
Well, you're still trying to come up with it. I came up with one, so you can do the other. But the first topic is just anime movies and about anime movies. Depending on how long it goes for, it might be the only one, because obviously there's no need for a second one if it goes on long enough.
This is true.
So, do you want to start because you watch anime movies, or should I because I don't watch anime movies?
I'll let you start because you watch anime movies.
Because I don't, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so basically, as I said earlier, I recently watched the Index movie, which is where it's like, oh, you don't watch them, but you just did. Yeah, I did. After, like, fucking forever. I own a bunch of anime movies I don't watch, and the thing is, I just have this really weird thing, where it's like, I'll watch a series, and, like, that's 6 hours, but for some unknown reason, I hesitate to watch a movie, even though it's a dickload shorter. It's
really?
Yeah.
Like, have you even like the Gurren Lagann movie?
Well, the Gurren Lagann movies aren't like adding anything either.
Well, yeah, there is that. I guess
they're just like the remakes. So I'm like, eh. Because there are two. There's Megami Hen and something Hen. Hens for days. Mm-hmm. There's not really Megami Hen. I'm pretty sure it's not Megami because I'm pretty sure that's glasses. But the glasses arc, the best arc. Of course. No one wants Megami, they want Mitsuki. Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh god. The reason I think it is, especially if it's a movie for a series, because specifically with the Index one, you can, with movies they typically would have a higher budget, and as a result, they look a lot better, which is really weird to me sometimes. Which is also not a very good reason to not watch it, but your fucking typing is incredibly distracting.
I'm really, really sorry.
I'm glad you're sorry, and I will maybe not accept that apology whatsoever.
Yeah, you will.
Maybe I will. God, I'm getting so distracted, but with regular but the other reason I would personally say is it's also because they're shorter. Partially because it's like, oh, if I watch this movie, it's like going to be over super quick, but also because of the fact that it's longer in comparison to something that I could watch in one sitting. I can be with an episode, it's like, oh, it's 20 minutes, and I can just like, it's all wrapped up as an episode within those 20 minutes. Whereas with a movie, it's like, oh, I got to sit here for an hour and a half, and if I just like leave at any point to do something, well, then that breaks the flow of the movie. Like, you called me yesterday in the middle of watching the Index movie, and I was like, you piece of shit, Dave. I was like, I can't just like say no and then wait 10 minutes. Especially, look, especially considering the fact that you were also like, no, get in here now. I was like,
I did nothing.
You would totally all like, yo, get in now, like, for realsies, though.
For reals. Bro. Not my fault. Don't go blaming me, man.
It's super your fault, though. But, yeah. That's actually pretty much all I have.
That's generally all you can.
I was hoping for some form of debate on it because you actually watch anime movies, so I wanted to get your input as well and then have a conversation. But I mean, if you don't want to have a conversation, that's fine. I mean,
well, no. I'm just trying to think of kind of more along the lines of what I could really add to it. I suppose.
Like, what's your view on them, at least? I guess.
I think it kind of depends if it's just a combined of all the episodes of that series with some extras in, because I kind of don't class that as. I mean, how would you class that as a movie? I know like Gurren Lagann's got one, but again, it's kind of like the same thing, but with some extra bits in.
It's in a movie format, and that's what makes it class as a movie.
Yeah, but then all they've done is it's not a movie in the set, like, to me, because they've already basically brought out
I know, I get what you mean, but it's like the format that like dictates what it is.
Okay,
but...
I like them because then it makes me, in that sense, I like them because it makes me want to watch the series if I haven't seen the series prior to that. I'm trying to think what I watched that was a movie. Prime example, K-On! I saw the movie first, then I watched the series.
Huh.
I don't know why, it just happened. You got Evangelion. They are similar because I think a lot of them are movies as well as a series.
It depends on which movies. The rebuild movies are like essentially rebuilding the series.
Like what, like the Death and Rebirth one?
The Death and Rebirth ones are like an aftermath type of thing.
Yeah.
Sequel,
yeah,
rather.
exactly.
Whereas the remakes are remakes. So, hey, surprise.
It's like, surprise, boom. But then you've got, trying to think what other movies there are. Summer Wars, I believe is a movie. Let me just,
Yes, Summer Wars is a movie, Dave.
Yeah. If it's, okay, I'll put it this way. Ghibli Studios, prime example of anime movies. Loved them, fantastic. Never make them into a series because it wouldn't be long enough. I think in Ghibli Studios' sense, the movies were so well done that I actually can't stop watching them. I mean, Howl's Moving Castle and Porco Rosso are probably on my top list of anime movies, and they were if I remember rightly, Ghibli Studios was one of the first movies that I remember watching that was anime related. Before that, obviously, it was like the series that they did. I always used to be a big like Pokemon faggot fan when I was a kid. Like when it first came out, I mean, I had all the cards and the shit like that. Never really got into Yu-Gi-Oh after season 1.
I did.
And then, I mean, I've considered buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh yeah, me too.
Just to have something extra to like play with at Olcon.
I wouldn't say to play with it just because like partial nostalgia reasons, I guess, but also because not even to have the cards, but just because like opening them more than anything.
Yeah.
That's like the only reason I would want them.
What, just because you can actually like...
Just because I want to open them.
Wow.
Legit reason.
This is true. But, you know, it's I don't know, it's kind of hard. With things like Summer Wars and K-On! The movies were good, but K-On! Movie was based off the series. Summer Wars is its own thing. Ghibli Studios, all they did, 99% of what they did was purely just creating anime movies.
I wouldn't say 99% because I know they've worked on other things.
They have,
including video games.
Yep. But it's one of those things where I think...
Also not a huge fan of them.
Really? How come?
Never watched them, I really just don't care.
You just don't care?
I just don't care. I'm like, oh, cool. Whatever.
Wow.
Partially because it's like It's also kind of the hipster in me being all like, look, every anime fan's like, oh my god, fucking Ghibli movies, oh, fucking gonna fap all day. Like, literally everyone. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm too good for that. Fuck you.
That's hilarious.
That is genuinely how I see the majority of people. They're like, oh man, what's your favourite Ghibli movie? I'm like, I haven't seen it. They're like, you what? And then I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
Wow.
It's like, wow, you're not an anime fan? Yes, of course not. I haven't seen like 360 titles because fuck you. It's like, mate, I watched like 10 series. I watched all of Naruto and I watched a dickload of Ghibli movies. It's like, I watched like 360 titles, but I'm not an anime fan at all. Fuck it, you're the expert because you watched a set of movies, of course, yep.
I'm not an expert.
Oh, me either. I
think to be fair, like it kind of depends. I mean, like I've watched.
I would class myself as above average because I know a lot of people who have watched less than me.
Well, I'm trying to think of.
I would dare say the majority.
I mean, I watched a lot of movies on.
I'm also just not a movie person.
I like movies most nights, provided that it's not shit.
In general, like I have probably in the last like 5 years seen like 7 movies, maybe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like excluding anime movies, like 4 or 5 probably. Like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Avengers. Iron Man 3 because I skipped college for a while, like for a certain period to go and watch it. Cinema was dead as shit. It was great. Like release day, cinema was totally fucking dead because like people at work and college and shit. It was great. World's End. I can't remember any others.
Huh.
I don't watch many movies. Those are all in cinema, by the way. It's like one's on like a home release, even fewer because like I own the Avengers and Scott Pilgrim and I'm pretty sure that's it.
Well, I mean, I watched a lot of the Ghost in the Shell movies.
I own Ghost in the Shell on UMD.
Robotech is another one. Like they did like a load of different ones. The like across the Macross series.
I actually own quite a bit of Ghost in the Shell, but I've never seen any of it. It's one of those things I've like waiting to get around to. Because I own all of Standalone Complex. I think it's Innocence and 2.0 that I own. And I own the original on UMD because...
Yeah, the original Ghost in the Shell was in 95. So.
I know. Same year as I was born, no!
I was only 7 then.
I was 0 then.
When I had the Sega Saturn, there was a Ghost in the Shell game, and that was really cool. You get to play as like one of the little robots.
Robots.
Yeah, the little robots with the guns and stuff.
Yeah, because I own a lot more movies. Oh, fuck, Sucker Punch, that's another one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I own Sucker Punch. I never saw it before, I just was like, aha. I remember seeing this advertised and I was like, lol. I was like, oh, okay, I own this now. That's cool, I guess.
So how come you... Night!
Good job.
I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, probably the afternoon. But yeah, so like, why did you buy what made you buy Sucker Punch then if you're not like a big movie fan? Or was it just one of those like impulse buys?
It was more or less an impulse buy, because when I was in college especially, like, I would get, I think it was £30 a week, because college things.
Right.
And what I would typically do is, because I'm a smart kid, I'm all like, you know what? I'm not really that hungry, and it's like, I would rather not spend like £5 on lunch, and I can just put this £5 to a side and go buy some shit. And because there's a HMV in town and a game in town, and where my college was, I was like, fuck it. I used to pretty much go in there every day that I would go into town, and like come out with something. And that's how I got most of my shit, because I was like, fuck it, might as well. So I got Black Blood Brothers. It was like £6 in HMV, and I was like, fuck it then. No idea what this is, but it's an anime. Wasn't actually too bad either.
No, that makes sense.
The main reason for Sucker Punch was because I saw it advertised places and heard it was good, and I was like, fuck it, might as well. Because I have Skycrawlers, I have Lupin the Third, I'm not sure which one, it's just one of them. I have Origin, I have Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which I have watched as well.
That's amazing. I really like that.
Yeah. Fuck. I can't actually remember any others. The Ghost in the Shell ones I mentioned, but other than that, I'm not sure. Because I also own Panama Inverted and HAL because I got those recently from Anime Limited, so they're a nice release. I would buy the Index movie, especially if it comes out here or if I find it on Amazon for a good enough price, because I might actually start importing things if Amazon lists them for a decent price. Because with Bento, it was like £30, which was like the actual price of it in America. And the shipping was literally like £1. I haven't got it yet. I ordered it a while ago, but for £1 for shipping, I don't really mind.
For £1 for shipping?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
or like
good.
£1.86. It's like, oh, that 86 pence, man. Don't know if I want to now.
It's like, yum yum.
I don't know if I can do that.
Do that.
But yeah, it's like Amazon for importing things isn't as bad as you would think, mainly because shipping sometimes.
You reckon?
Assuming I get this okay. Otherwise, rip, I guess.
Rip what exactly?
Everything.
Just in general.
Okay, like £20. I can get the Index movie for like £20 right now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It says
Give me a
15.
second.
It says from 15 new. Oh, I can get it for 16. There we go. If that's local though, that'd be sick, but it's not. Rip. I'm tempted because I'd actually really like to own the Index movie. Oh, DVD. No, it's Blu-ray and DVD.
It's like,
Well, Region A-1. So it is the American region release type thing, so... But it's like, you know, you can get, like, a fucking American Blu-ray release for, like, 25 quid, maybe. And then the £1 on top of that. So it's not as bad considering DVD releases over here, like 18, and it's like, it's not too bad. Considering the amount of time it would probably take for it to get released over here. I would classify it as decent. Is this our release or is that theirs? That is theirs. I'm sad now.
Oh, don't be sad.
I cry every time.
No, be sad, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, like, movie-wise, I've actually, thinking about it, I've watched quite a lot. I mean, you've got, I know it's not anime, but you've got Harlock, Space Pirate, you've got Space Battleship Yamamoto, anime ones, Kite Liberator, Robotech The Shadow Chronicles, the movie, Robotech Love Live Alive, which is the, like, kind of pop version, the singing one. I wasn't really too keen on it, to be honest. I'm more Love Live and like K-On, so you know, it's one of them things. I'll watch
K-On,
it,
also known as that one music anime that's barely about music.
I know, it's really funny. Literally, all the characters have like instruments.
It's all
and
about tea.
It is. I was about to say that. It's literally just tea
and cake and tea cake.
Tea cake and sweets.
Tea cake. I wonder why they don't just eat tea cakes all day. It will cut down on the amount of things they have to buy.
Yes.
It's like tea and cake in one, essentially. In name.
I'm trying to think of all the other anime movies that I've,
You know what? I can actually separate all my You need to get Hummingbird because, oh god, according to this, I have watched a lot of things that are classified as. Okay, fair enough. Right, I'll go through mine then because Hummingbird that you don't have, which means I can get ahead of you easily. Garden of Words, which I also own. Totally forgot to mention that. Which, have you seen Garden of Words?
No.
Commonly addressed as Garden of Wallpapers, because it's absolutely beautiful. It's really
Wow.
it looks look up Garden of Words and shit, and then be amazed at how good it looks. Heaven's Lost Property. Heaven's Lost Property movie, Angeloid of Clockwork, which is like a sequel.
That actually looks really like. I've just seen the pictures.
That's from the actual,
and it does look genuinely quite
like a wallpaper because it's so good.
Yeah, that's really nice. I
know.
like the green. To be
It's
honest,
actually a really good show. I mean, movie rather.
Is it like a love thing? Oh, okay, cool. I might watch that thing because I'm quite like
lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
No,
you're
a total piece of shit, actually. Breakblade, all 6 of them, which is why it didn't spring to me, because I also own all Breakblade. And Breakblade I really like, because it's actually a super sick set of movies. But it's literally 6 movies of like 40 minutes long, so I'm like, it's essentially the length of an anime series, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Yeah, it's a good movie.
There's a disappearance one.
Yeah, it's the movie.
Huh.
There are a lot of Haruhi things, apparently. Ava 1.0 and 2.0. Fullmetal Alchemist Conqueror of Shambhala, which is like the sequel of the original series. So, it's like the one thing that made the original series actually really good to me. Tales of Vesperia, I also own that one. Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike, which I also own. Which is where it's getting like weird, like, oh, I forgot I owned half of these. It's a really good thing that you should watch if you're going to intend to play Tales of Vesperia, because it's like a prequel to everything that goes on. And it's actually just a really good movie - thing in general. End of Ava. Yep. Afro Samurai Resurrection I also own. It's Afro Samurai as a movie.
Just as a movie, yeah.
Well, it's different from the series, but it's...
Yeah?
Yeah. It's got extra bullshit, but... Yeah. Fullmetal Alchemist, Sacred Staff, Milos! That movie that I don't fucking get at all and really don't care for, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't get, like, what... It's like, oh, look at all... It's like, hey, it's the Ulrich brothers doing a thing... Who's this?
Yeah,
what?
I haven't watched it yet.
I don't get where it's supposed to fall in. It just feels like kind of pointless. It's like, oh, it's a thing. I don't get what it. Yeah, Index movie I talked about earlier. Breakblade 6 for some reason is all the way up there. Don't know why. And Expelled from Paradise, which is not the best movie I've ever seen, but it was really good. And that ending, that credit music, it's really good. Would buy figure from show, just cause. And those are all the movies. Those are all of the movies I have listed on Hummingbird, at least.
I'm trying to think what other ones I watched. I mean, realistically, I've watched a lot. I mean, I don't watch conventional movies anymore because they don't quite... I don't know what it is. It's kind of like while I was watching them and I kind of enjoyed them, it was like I wasn't really watching them, and when I got back into my anime, it was like, wow, basically.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a bit weird.
There are some, like a few sort of conventional movies, as you fucking put it, which is weird, but that I'll watch. Like, I'll watch Iron Man because Iron Man's sick as shit. I'll probably watch the Avengers because Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the other like Marvel movies, I'm like, I don't care. It's not Iron Man. Iron Man's like, he doesn't have a superpower. He just has a suit that's sick as shit. I'm like, dude, that is so sick. I'd love that suit.
That is so.
It's
sick.
like, fuck having actual superpowers. I just want a giant suit. I just want futuristic everything. Fuck superpowers.
Give me futuristic shit, cause...
Give me incredibly high electricity bills. That's all I really want.
Well, yeah.
There's that, and then, like, I guess any of the Edgarite things. I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. Like World's End. Like World's End, Scott Pilgrim, Hot Fuzz. Shaun of the Dead, which I actually haven't seen yet. Sue me.
I like watching them.
Yeah,
they are funny.
They are funny.
I'll give it that. It is quite funny.
Yeah.
But not... I don't know, it's kind of hard to really...
It's like, I think one thing that I can say is that I wouldn't watch a conventional movie in the sense of to get feels.
Yeah.
I would watch it for a good laugh. I would watch it because it's like, oh, dude, that's so sick. Which is why I like my Iron Mans. But, like, I wouldn't go and be like, I want to watch this heartwarming romance movie. Because I'm like,
I don't know.
It's so gay. So, it's fucking thanks. And then I'll watch some fucking anime bullshit that's like, oh god, I'm gonna cry now. And then cry. No, I'm not a faggot. This is real emotions for non-existent people. I think it's actually really bad that... Do you sort of agree with that?
I mean, kind of in what sense, really?
Because I was about to say it's really kind of bad that we're having more of a connection with non-existent people than actual people.
Well, yeah.
I cry more to 2D girls than actual people in movies and things. Good job, us.
You do. It is quite funny.
Hashtag Weeb Life. Come join us for KohaiCon 2017.
KohaiCon.
It'll be the best convention, and it also sounds good. TM trademark to us, of course. Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
KohaiCon.com.
KohaiCon.com.
Yep, KohaiCon.com. Boom. Has a nice ring to it, right?
If I say no, will you be mad?
Why?
I don't know, because it just sounds silly.
But
no, KohaiCon would be good if it would work.
We should totally do that in 2017.
It wouldn't just be terrible.
Yep. I already said KohaiCon 2017. Yep. One day.
One day, very soon.
In 2 years.
Yeah.
Make forums, get 20 users, be like, hey, 20 users, you want to go and start a convention? They'll be like, no. I'll be like, fuck no! And then we'll do it anyway. It'll be like DashCon, where it's like we have a ball pit. That's about it.
Wow.
Giant convention, just a ball pit. And then that's it. People can take pictures in the ball pit, just looking miserable.
Literally just looking.
If we have a convention, I want a ball pit. That's rule number one.
Really?
Just a really small ball pit, that's all. Just like a paddling pool and some like little plastic balls.
Well...
And then I will take the plastic balls home.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
Just wow.
Anyway, though.
Say to that.
After you, Mr. Coming up with a second topic.
Mr. Second topic. Alright, my second topic is going to be about websites, I think.
Wow.
And the trials and tribulations for, say, beginners or amateurs, especially with regards to trying to make something that's anime related, being the fact that there's already quite a lot out there that cover a lot of stuff. And also, like, mainly, like, kind of like they're trying to come up with the ideas, and
it depends on what you're trying to cover. Not just like, oh, I'm trying to cover anime. It's not that. It's like the form of which you want to take to do so.
Yeah.
As if you're like, I want to talk about it, then just make a blog.
But no, I want to, like, kind of... You know, when you started, like, how did you come up with the original idea for making the Senpai site?
I wanted to do my own content, and boom. I needed a site to host it, and then bam.
Right.
It's a lot easier if it's a case of... I say a lot easier, but It's not at the same time.
That's my point. It's not easy.
No, I mean, it's easier for, like... It's not as easy for your own content in the sense of, like, oh, I know this sort of stuff that I'm going to need on here, but how do I want to lay it out so as it doesn't look shit? Which I haven't quite done yet, which is why I'm, like, trying to focus on getting it to look decent before I, like, put all the effort into working on Kibo, because it's, like, the place that's going to be hosted.
Well, yeah.
Whereas with just, like, a site that's like, oh, all this content, it's like... The design you did is like, oh, that's really good, because in the sense of like, oh, it's about just general sort of content, things about anime and sort of anime news. It's like, there are plenty of places that you could look for inspiration on that, because, let's face it, you can go to like, oh, Anime News Network. Oh.
Well, yeah.
And it's like, there you go. Simple, sort of like, good example. Whereas with just general content creation, it's a bit harder, because... Specifically around anime, there's not too much, but at the same time, it's not like you're making your own anime, unless you're trying to, in which case, see you in a few years, champ. I don't mean to sound condescending right there, but I probably did, so I apologize.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so sorry, but it would take a while, let's just be honest with that.
It's not something that you can do overnight, basically.
Definitely not, especially if you want it to look good.
No. I mean, aside from like doing the animus, like trying to get any sort of, trying to come up with a decent form, I think, for the site.
I don't even think it's just that, because the main issue that I find is like having it so as the form looks good. Like the boxes specifically, the way mine look, it looks shit, but I don't know what the fuck to do. It's like, oh, here's the little box for the content. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this to make it look decent. Whereas there are sites that have it, and it looks good, but mine doesn't. And I tried to do something similar. It's like, if you have a box that's like filled in with a different colour that's darker, than the background, I find it looks not that great. Whereas, for example, on Facebook, it's got like 1 pixel lying around, and then it's lighter, and that seems to work. But it's like, you know... shit like that, really.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to make the layout work in general, rather than figuring out the layout itself, I would say is a better way of explaining it.
And like what to put on the layout as well.
It depends, because it's like, to me, it's not too hard, because it's like, I know what I would probably want on there. I can tell you what I wouldn't want, and that's a bunch of pointless shit. It's like, you should probably, if you're going to make a site, you probably have a decent idea of what you should have there. Like, oh, I'm going to make a site about videos, I should have a page that has videos on, and my homepage should, like, maybe have the latest video, and some, like, news, maybe a Twitter feed on the side, if I use Twitter, which I personally don't so much, but I probably should. If it's about comics, it's like, oh, I should have, like, a page for comics, I should have, like, a preview page and ones with different chapters. If you're going to have various comics, you'd want it so as it splits up various comics and then into chapters and then into a preview of that chapter and then into a page.
Yeah.
And then stuff like that. If you had a podcast page, you'd want like podcast, player, and then archive. All that sort of stuff. And it's like, it's not too hard to think of what you would need, but it's then a case of doing whatever with what you need and making it look not shit. That's the harder part.
No, I agree with that, because it is kind of hard to really do anything.
Anything, just stop. Just cut there.
Just in general.
Just cut there. It's hard to do anything.
And you gotta be honest. It is hard to kind of like. I think the easiest part...
Sometimes it's hard to just get up in the morning.
It is. The easiest part of a website is deciding that you're going to do it. The hard part is actually...
The second hardest part is if your domain name isn't available.
Or it's shit.
Well, I mean, come on. You should hopefully have a good enough imagination by now.
Yeah, take for example, weeb culture.
10 out of 10.
Best ever.
10 out of 10, assuming that people accept themselves as weebs. Because most people are like, no, I'm an otaku. And otaku
I
culture
think
is probably taken, to be honest, because that's, like,
that's like one of the really obvious ones, to be honest.
yeah. Considering people would address it as otaku culture. In fucking Outbreak Company, they address it as otaku culture. I just said weeb culture because... I don't know. Addressing myself as an otaku makes me seem like a pretentious piece of shit to me nowadays.
Which you kind of like are, but, you know.
I wouldn't call myself pretentious. I don't think that highly of myself, unfortunately. I would call you pretentious at some points.
Maybe, but I am supposed to be the English version of what exactly?
The English version of Holden. I want Holden to go to fucking Alcon so as we could, like, try and push you into each other so as you could go back into one being.
But then we'd be ultimate.
Oh god. The thing is, though, Holden's actually tall. Unlike you. Long story short, you and I are both short. Get it, long story short?
Dum boom. I think is probably the best I can come up with for that.
Blammo.
I know, you're so fucking terrible.
I know.
But hey, what can you do?
It's what I do, Ming.
Do you know what? I need to find a decent fucking
anything.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know, like trying to do anything really with websites in general is hard. More trying to get the content. Another is trying to find a platform that you're capable of using. So whereas I'm quite versed in like Joomla and adjusting CSS sheets through that because they're kind of already pre-made. So I've already got like a structure and a base for the idea, as it were. And then all I got to do really is just alter what I don't want. Plus Joomla is kind of one of those ones which you can install stuff like extra widgets. I mean,
so it's like WordPress.
It is kind of like WordPress, but I prefer Joomla over WordPress because it's ease of use and also the amount of
WordPress is pretty much primarily like a blog thing, really.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's like I get why people would use that. It's the same reason people would use Squarespace. Squarespace is like really good for like just getting things up and running. It's just that at the same time, I don't know. I just don't really like. I personally like the idea of having like my own thing, even if it's like hard and annoying as shit for whoever's going to end up making it because I can't code for shit. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like that. I also need to learn SQL databases because we need that for showme.moe, but Damien doesn't know it and I don't know it.
MySQL databases are fairly easy. I mean, if you've got cPanel, it'll just install it straight up, and then all you do is whatever you want to run. So if you install PHP Forum...
Oh no, it's for showme.moe. It's like I have an Excel spreadsheet of literally everything that's going on there. Like, image number, image like links or file name, the anime it's from, a link to the Hummingbird page for the anime it's from. All that's like in there. And then I have like a separator length, so it'll like say, use this separator to go there. Because like different lengths for different things. So as it's not like right at the end, just giant spaces. And that's all in there. Just so I was like, yo, Damien, go all this way. And he's like, I don't fucking know what to do. This is annoying as shit. I was like, okay, I understand. I don't know either. So for now, we're pretty much going with the original idea, which is essentially just randomized images and not like having the title or anything. We do want to have the title, and then stage 3 is a secret right now, more or less.
Right.
Because phase 1 is getting it up just so as it has random images. Phase 2 is getting it up with the title and a link to it.
Phase 2 is getting it up.
Phase 1 is getting it up.
Do you know what I'm having an issue with at the moment?
Me?
No.
Oh, wow, that's a change.
And it's on the website topic as well. Is actually accessing the fucking website.
What do you mean?
I've got all the back end up, but for some reason I cannot go to www.weebculture.co.uk and it just doesn't pop up.
Wait, so you mean like when you go on to it, like if you search
Like if
www.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to wait a little bit. Okay. Have you
I remember.
linked like the namespaces so is they the same for your hosting and your thing?
It's all done through GoDaddy, so it should already be sorted.
First off, I would like say check that.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm gonna have
so
to
you've
do it.
actually got hosting through them.
Yes, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I put it all in one because it only cost me like fucking £5.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would check that, and then if not, it's probably just a case of it'll take a little bit for it to settle in, which is usually a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously probably not going to just be instantly like, boom, done! Unless you put everything in the wrong place, in which case it's like, well, rip you.
Because like the name servers, I don't need to really change.
So you've checked.
Um,
Because I would check
Yeah.
just to make sure, but... Because like your hosting will have its name servers in there, and then you have to just like match them up. And if they're not matched up, then you should match them up, because that's probably a problem. But yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying is like the hosting
Is
active, so I'm just gonna go onto that and just check. It says that cPanel says it's up and running with no issues. But I will just check cPanel settings. Yeah, no, that's right. Weeb culture. .co.uk.
So you probably just gotta wait a bit.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because I kind of want to access the back end of Joomla so I can do some work.
Wow.
But obviously not.
Rip you.
And actually, no. I may have an idea, and whether this works, I don't know. No, it doesn't.
Rip.
I know.
Oh well.
Oh, right, okay. Because apparently I have to launch it. That might
We should
help.
talk about things.
We do. What else have we missed this week, I wonder?
Nothing at all.
Are you sure? We always... That's bullshit, I know it is, because we always miss something.
Exactly. That's the point. So, because we always miss something, we've missed nothing. Default.
Wow. I actually want to cry.
Go cry then.
No, I don't want to.
Good.
Because I will get all sad and stuff.
I thought that's supposed to happen before you cry.
No. Cry before sadness because I'm different.
Wow, Dave, stop trying to be unique. Because you're not. You're just another one of the... Oh no. I was trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, it didn't quite work that way, did it?
I knew it wouldn't. I just wanted to give it a go.
Don't worry, mate. It's fine, mate. Innit? Mate.
Calm down. Mate. I'm 18.
Hey, mate.
Okay, we're getting just too much. So, what now, Dave? That's the real question.
Do you know what? I genuinely don't know. I think this week's been a slow week for both of us.
Maybe. I mean, I have been ill.
I think now would be a good time to say goodbye.
Probably.
Yeah.
After you.
We'll end it here. Okay, I'll just cut these little bits out anyway.
Wow.
Because, shit.
Wow.
So, yeah. Thanks, guys, for listening. Sorry it's been a bit of a slow one today. Not a lot's really happened this week, and to be honest, we haven't really got a lot of stuff on the plates. But we will have more next week, along with other bits and pieces. So, from me, Dave, thank you for listening again to episode 9, and we'll see you again next week for episode 10.
No, they won't. Oh, damn it! We should have just had this as episode 10.
Why?
Because then we can be like Microsoft. Budumts.
Oh, wow.
Jokes about Windows 9 not existing. But yeah, thanks for listening to the Senpai PP episode 10, 9, 8, 7654321 podcast. Podcast about pineapples. That'll be fun. Yeah. See you next week and stuff. Feel free to leave questions and all that shit.